What's going on, guys? Welcome to Never Know with Gerald. Today we're just going to have a heart-to-heart talk. I'm about to put the last bracket on the rear for my rear shock, so I'm going to weld up a bracket. I got one piece of steel left, kind of thin, so I'll have to really reinforce it if a shock is going to be placed in here. So we'll build a shackle. But I want to talk to you guys about something. Let me know in the comments if you've heard this. Let me know in the comments if you experienced this. So one thing that I have heard, and I'm not really a guy that's into conspiracies and stuff like that. You know, there's enough in this world to worry about than to worry about more conspiracies that I have no control over. But I do kind of have control over what I'm about to talk about here. One thing that I have heard is that there's a lot of frequencies going on in major cities. And those frequencies can cause depression. They can cause stress. They can cause anxiety, they can cause fears and doubts and all that. And that is how they make money with people going to the hospital saying that they have anxiety or they're stressed or whatever, because that's how they make money. And I have noticed that when I leave the city and get out to the mountains, I have absolute peace. Like, my mind is absolutely free. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I am mentally stuck and I don't like it and I want change. And I think a lot of people, they get used to it, that they're in that rat race and they keep going and going and going and going and they're miserable. And I feel like I'm in that movie Divergent, and everybody they have that chip in them and they're all like robotically listening to that wicked lady who has that computer and is making them do whatever she asks them to do. And then I am a divergent because I am thinking different than everybody else. And so, you know, that rat race, that 9 to 5 that everyone is basically stuck in, where the society has told us for so many years to work a job until we're 65, until our bodies are completely broken. And by, you know, the way that people are living nowadays, you probably can't even retire at 65 because your Social Security or your retirement was horrible. And a lot of people can't have a retirement because they need every single dime that they can get. And so everyone looks for that retirement, but we know that that retirement is probably never going to come. And we're going to be stuck in jobs we hate. We're going to be working for employers that pay us dirty money, like dirt money. People think that $18 an hour is good nowadays. I was making $17 an hour in 2002 as my first job as an iron worker. I was making $17.65 starting, and I had my last job I had out here. They were telling me how good. Oh man, $18 an hour is so good, and I'm like, 18 an hour is trash, but I'm gonna take the job because I need it. And then they're like, hey, we're paying overtime. Like we're paying it, and I'm like, paying what? It's overtime that's going to be taken in taxes? Are you kidding me? You know, and then they get mad at you that you don't want to work 60, 70 hours a week. And I'm like, that's not for me. This isn't for me. So I left and I was like, okay, I have enough money saved right now. Not a lot. And I don't mean like I have 10,000 saved. I mean, I think that's almost impossible nowadays, but I do have a couple $100. Woo! Holy smokes. The fact that I even have a couple $100 is because I'm not out there spending every dime of it because I'm like, the world is ending, so I'm going to blow all my money. No, I'm budgeting, about to live in my car, even with this executive order that everyone's freaking out about, which still it doesn't matter because it's only for the city. But, you know, but anyways, going back to that whole, you know, frequency, it is true, I believe. I believe it is true because there is a lot going on. You got all the phones and businesses and, you know, the antennas and the 5G and the networks, and they're all streaming all across, and it causes our brain waves to go ecstatic, and we're just like, you know. So I'm about to go on this epic road trip with no destination in mind. I would like to go see some friends and, you know, do what I can to make this work. And it is scary. You know, I think the worst thing for anybody who does the van life or the nomad is my vehicle going to hold up? I don't think people really talk about the deep stuff. I've been watching videos on social media. I did get hooked into their fantasizing about oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever, and you romanticize about it, but you don't realize, well, what happens when I need to take a shower or I need to use the bathroom? What happens when I just can't go buy fast food every single day and have that, or coffee, or you know, you start to really think about it. Oh, what about heat? What about AC? Oh my gosh, I have to spend thousands of dollars just to get AC and a heater in my vehicle, when if I have to spend $5,000 to do that, I could have took $5,000 and paid for 3 months of rent in an apartment. So you start to think about all that kind of stuff. But if you're willing to sacrifice your freedoms, your running water, your electricity, your hot, your cold and heat whenever you want it, if you're willing to sacrifice those luxuries to do something that is not normal, what I'm doing is not normal. People just, it's weird to people. Oh, you're going to go do that? That doesn't sound fun at all, But again, there's a very small minimum of people that would actually do something like this. I've been doing this for right after my wife left me back in 2021, I lived in my vehicle for 7 months with no money. And I would have to go and trade jobs for food and trade jobs for whatever I needed to stay afloat, and it was hard because it was the desert and I didn't have a AC for like the first 2-3 months, and I was dying with my dog and it sucked. And then one of my YouTubers, when I had a YouTube channel at the time, felt really bad for me, and he sent me money. So I did get money. So he sent me money to buy an AC and a generator. And that was the coolest thing. And then as time went on and things started to get better, there was a homeless family, and they hit me up wanting to buy my camper that I had gotten, that I put on the back of a Suburban. I ended up giving them the generator, the camper. I gave them everything and all the food in it. And then I ended up moving, but it was awesome that someone blessed me, and then I was able to bless somebody else. And that was really good. So anyways, we're having coffee this morning. We're hopefully getting it on the road next week. I have to do some more lab work. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But let me know in the comments what you think about the whole frequency thing. Let me know in the comments if you're living in your vehicle. And if you like these types of videos. I don't really know where I'm going with this channel. I just want to share. So